After watching this video today, you're going to understand exactly why your dropshipping products fail. Not only that, but you're also going to be able to make every dropshipping product a winner and realize what it actually takes. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, get out a pen, get out a piece of paper. I promise you this will be worth it. I'm not here to waste your time, so let's get started. All right, so at the end of the day, what's going to make or break your dropshipping success is going to be your ads, your marketing. Obviously, you should stop just spam testing products and not knowing why you even run those and not even understanding your customers. The first step in this process is to actually sit down and brainstorm marketing angles, right? Come up with at least 10 to 15 angles that you actually want to hit with your product. And obviously this is something where you can include the one that your competition. We want to actually see who we can sell this product to, what audiences are interested in our product, what are the selling points and the benefits that we can actually hit with this, because a lot of people, they don't even know what the marketing angle is. They don't even know what this is, and so they kind of just go into the market with kind of just ripping 5 creatives of your competitors and then wondering why it doesn't work, and actually coming up with 10 to 15 angles, not even creatives, angles that you can hit with your product. That is going to be obviously the most valuable thing that you can do. What the next step looks like is actually going ahead and doing research into each and every one of them. And there's 2 things which I like to check when I do these research into these angles is, first of all, I like to see some sales demand, and then what type of offers work. Let's say an angle makes you $50K a month. If you open up 3 more of those, then you make $200K a month. And that's a lot of times how actually brands scale, is that they have more angles and all of them cap at a certain revenue point. And so the only way to scale further on from there is actually to open up new marketing angles. So if you don't believe in the concept of marketing angles, I hope now you do. I hope this makes sense, right? Because with a specific angle, you cannot scale infinitely, right? If you want more, then you kind of have to also speak to different customers, and the only way you can speak to different customers is by opening up your new marketing angles. It's really important to understand that angles and ads are what scale, products don't. And if the angle of your competition is quote unquote too saturated, I would honestly just think of new ones, and how can you pioneer new angles that haven't been hit before. I really want you to be very creative and unique, and this is obviously something which I cannot teach you through this video. I cannot teach you how to think. This is something which you kind of have to do, and I promise you it will make more sense once you actually go ahead and do it. Next up, it's super important to actually create a customer avatar, because you want to know who you're selling to. Describe exactly who is interested in that angle. So you're going to do that for every single angle. Give your avatar a name, think of hobbies, interests, values of that person, whatever it is, think about it and make it as long as possible, right? Really think, what is this person interested in? 100%, think it through. And so the longer you make this list, obviously, the easier it will be to make the ads. So the next step is going to be to actually make the ad creatives. And so that's why I also don't want you to ChatGPT this part, because most dropshippers actually fail because they don't know who they're selling to. If you don't know who you're selling to, how do you want to make ads for them? You win a sale if you care more about your prospect, about your customer, than they do. And so the next step is actually to make these ad creatives, right? You need to choose a marketing angle, you need to choose an ad concept, and there's a bunch. You can choose UGC, whether it's image or video. You can choose product showcase, image or video, founder ads, where the founder of a brand actually sits in front of a camera and talks about the product, or just an offer focused ad. And then when it comes to doing video ads, for each concept, I want you to actually execute 3 hooks, 3 bodies, and 3 call to actions. And then you're going to realize you already have 45 variations for each ad concept. Quantity over quality is super important when you're testing ads, because you don't know what works yet, and so you have to beat your competition by volume before beating them with leverage. Now, what you can also do when it comes to making your ads is actually working with viral e-com ads. If you've never heard of them before, the owners of this company have actually generated over $40 million in e-commerce sales, so they definitely know what they're doing. What I especially love about this is their UGC ad packages, because you can just go ahead and actually get custom content for your videos. And so how you do this is very easy. You just order it, you just fill out a form, mail the product to them. They usually have a delivery time of 1 to 3 business days, which is extremely fast. And as you know, speed of implementation is probably one of the most important things in dropshipping. So once you actually have your ads, it's time to test them, right? And I recommend testing all of your creatives with normal ABO broad targeting, nothing specific, just so that you can give every single creative the same chance of success. I recommend like kind of going with ABO and never kill anything too early, right? A lot of times people fail because they turn off their ads way too early and they just don't let anything learn. Your pixel needs to learn, your pixel needs to optimize, especially on platforms like Facebook. You can't kill anything day one, which is, showing some potential. And that's why if the only metric you track is your ROAS or your sales, obviously like you're gonna turn everything off day one, but you need to really give everything a really fair chance of success. And so you need to track every metric possible. You need to track the hook rate, the 25% video views, 50%, 75%, the hold rate, which is the 100% video view, and then also the click-through rate. All these things need to be tracked, and then once you've tested these and tracked all of these, you need to make decisions based off of these. And what this is actually going to allow you to do is actually going ahead and then improve ads that aren't profitable yet but actually show potential. And your goal should never be to actually find a winning ad immediately. It should actually be to just go ahead, have an ideal start in your creative process, and then go through a process of iterations and variation until you make your creative profitable, right? And so this process is actually super plannable and systemizable. A lot of people just kind of like don't know how to make their ads winning. Well, this is how you do it, by tracking the metrics and looking at your metrics and then actually making decisions based off of them, and then changing up stuff that hasn't worked until you make your ad profitable. And even if it takes you 5 rounds of testing until an ad concept of a specific angle is profitable, well, now you can scale, right? And so this is really how to make every product, every ad a winner, by tracking the metrics, by looking at data, by thinking through the whole process, right? So let's say, for example, let's say you have a great hook rate, but then after 25%, a lot of people that have watched the hook actually dropped off. Well, now you know your ad failed somewhere in between the first 3 seconds and 25% of the video. And then you just need to see what happened there. What do I show? What do I say? How fast is the pacing? What kind of music do I have? And actually change up that kind of stuff. And you know exactly, by looking at these metrics, you know exactly what to change and what to test, right? Because this is a process of testing. You need to still after each and every round, put in volume. This is just how it works. You just need to put in a lot of volume. You actually need to test a lot until you actually see what works and what doesn't. And then after doing this whole process, you should already have some ads that perform well. And so the best way of approaching scaling is just to put money into what works. Just increase the budgets. However you do that, it's fine, right? You're gonna see a winning ad works in an ABO, in a CBO, in a SPC on TikTok, in an ASC on Facebook. Whatever it is, just put more money into what works, and you're going to realize you're also going to make more money out of it. Obviously, every ad account, every pixel reacts differently to certain campaign times, but that's why you also need to test everything, right? Some ad accounts, some pixels just, like CBOs more, some like ABOs more, whatever it is. For example, for me, always ABO has worked better. Doesn't matter what platform, doesn't matter where or how, ABO has always been the best for me. But I know people personally that scale only with CBO or with Advantage Plus. However it is, test everything, and you're gonna realize a winning ad works everywhere, and don't scale by using some weird media buying techniques. Actually scale by having more winning ads. So if you see your cap at like a certain point, then open up new angles, right? Have more winning ads, refresh your winning creatives. That is how you scale, by having more that's winning, more stuff that's working. Take your time to actually learn the skill of video editing and graphic design, because this is something which is going to have probably the highest ROI in your whole journey. And And that's why you have to really put time into this and actually focus on, you know, making stuff work. Because at the end of the day, what I realized after all this time is that competition is lazy. Your competitors, your direct competitors, are super lazy. They don't have no work ethic. They don't want to do anything themselves. And so that's why I really recommend you do this whole process, even though it is more work than what you usually do, which is just going on PP ads and downloading 3 creatives. However, you should absolutely put more time into this. You should really try to like extremely focus on every single part of this process. Don't use ChatGPT. Don't skip anything. Don't rush anything. If it takes you a week, then it takes you a week. Then you're learning, and that's good. That's a good thing. If you go through this whole process, every single product test, then do you think like after 10 tests, I promise you won't find a winner? Of course you will, because you learned every single time. You know why something didn't work, and so the next time you never make those mistakes again, and then it actually works, right? After some time, after enough times of improving, of being just 1% better every single test, it has to work. It just makes sense. I hope you enjoyed this video and you could actually learn something. I know this is a super difficult process, and like it takes time to actually learn the skills, and that's why I really want you to like go ahead and just put in the work. Like I said before, most people do not do it. Most people are not willing to do this kind of stuff, and so you have to do more than everyone else. You have to really just put in more work and more effort than everyone else, because you cannot basically do what everyone else is doing and expect different results. It's just not how it works. So I hope I could give you kind of a new idea, some new views, some new ideas what you could do for your next product test. Now, if you want to go ahead and work with viral e-com ads, go ahead and use this code right here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any more ideas for me, what videos I can do in the future, go ahead and write it in the comments. I wish you a beautiful day.